but we as a continent must now define ourselves.
In the news, House of Reps broke. Renewal of fuel subsidy may cost 70 billion naira monthly. And across Africa, Parliament Speaker asked citizens to take COVID-19 vaccine. And in business, DJOKOVIC makes first visit to Nigeria. On the global scene, Ethiopia commences COVID-19 vaccination rollout. And on entertainment, Nigeria's Kunle Afolarin expands Netflix Nollywood partnership with 3 new films. This is TOS TV, your digital first Pan-African network. I am Merciful Ajinamo, and this is TOS News 360. House of Representatives spokesman Benjamin Kalu revealed last week that the country's lower chamber was hard up, broke, even, and in dire financial straits. According to him, contractors could not be paid, adding that the cash crunch in the country's economy and the disheartening exchange rate of the naira had piled the agony on the House. In response, Nigerians had neither sympathy nor concern, but only scorn to give. He also stated the budget of the National Assembly is supposed to be reviewed in view of its purchasing ability on the basis of the services that will help the Parliament to move forward. At the moment, it is a weak budget, and this is the truth. The poor budget of the Parliament is a disservice to Nigerians. The immediate reaction that trailed Honorable Kalu's revelations was that the House, and not the representatives currently in office, had come to such a sorry pass as to be in debt and despair. Findings from Leadership Sunday have revealed that the federal government stands to lose 70 billion monthly if it pushes for reintroduction of fuel subsidy by labor unions. This is as a result of the fact that the 2021 national budget did not make provision for petrol subsidy repayment. The 10.41 trillion naira paid by federal government in 14 years divided by 14 years sums up to 744 billion naira per annum. If broken down further, the average monthly subsidy payment being paid is 62 billion naira. Meanwhile, the instability of the foreign exchange market, coupled with the fact that the dollar has gained more strength against the naira in recent times, means the monthly subsidy payment will be more than the previous 62 billion naira. As it stands, the government will be losing at least 70 billion monthly as subsidy if it is reintroduced this time around. And talking security, security forces comprising operatives of the Army, Air Force, DSS and police have stepped up efforts to rescue dozens of students abducted from their hostels in Kaduna State in the latest attack on schools. State Police spokesman Mohammed Jalenge has said a combined team of police, Army and other security forces are in a frantic search for the kidnapped student. He says we are combing the surrounding forest and bushes with a view to freeing the hostages. Very soon it will be over for the bandits. The KADUNA college was said to have some 300 male and female students, mostly aged 17 or older at the time of the attack. Moments after the National Security Advisor Babangana Mongono alleged in an interview with the British Broadcasting Service BBC that the government was unable to trace and account for the $1 billion taken from the Excess Crude account in 2018 to buy weapons during the tenure of the former service chiefs, presidential spokesman Garba Shehu has denied that any money was missing. Even though the NSA had partially walked back his allegations, few are convinced that he didn't know what he was talking about. The president has done his best by approving huge sums of money for the purchase of weapons, but the weapons were not bought and also not available. He assured that the president will take issues of this matter seriously. There is also preliminary investigation showing the funds are missing and the equipment is nowhere to be found. And after the appointment of the new service chiefs, they also confirmed nothing was found. The People's Democratic Party (PDP) yesterday and the recent statement credited to the National Security Advisor General Babangana Mongono on the 1 billion naira arms fund was an indication that the money had allegedly been diverted. The PDP, in a statement by its National Publicity Secretary, Kola Olobodiyan, said it is shameful that President Muhammadu Buhari is presiding over a security architecture where funds meant for arms are allegedly unaccounted for. The opposition party stated that President Buhari, as the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, must take the full responsibility of explaining the whereabouts of the $1 billion as the box stopped only on his table. According to the party, 4 years down the line, nobody has seen the Super Tucano planes and no explanation has been given by the Buhari presidency over the whereabouts of the money. This is your digital first Pan-African network, TOS Television. You're watching TOS News 360. Up next, development across Africa. After the break, do stay. You're welcome back. During an interview in Abuja on Saturday, the Speaker of ECOWAS Parliament has urged the citizens and residents of West Africa to ensure that they take the COVID-19 vaccine whenever they get the opportunity. This is even as he cautioned them to be patient and exercise restraint as the leadership of the community and member states strive to make the vaccines available to all. He said that all negative theories being paraded against the vaccine were unfounded and should not deter any West African from being vaccinated. He also cautioned that all who receive the vaccine should also adhere to the safety protocols as advised by the vaccine manufacturers. He further advised citizens that they should continue wearing face masks for protection until immunity is obtained. The prestigious U.S. magazine Global Finance, specializing in financial markets and investment banking, has named the African Development Bank as the best multilateral financial institution in the world for 2021. The award is a global recognition for the path-breaking effort of the African Development Bank as it transforms itself into a solution bank for Africa through a combination of its operations, knowledge services, and investment positioning, which continue to help accelerate Africa's development. In 2020, the African Development Bank received broad recognition for responding swiftly to the needs of the African continent in the wake of the COVID-19 pandemic and for its pioneering role in the global social bond market. The bank's Fight COVID-19 social bond was the largest ever US dollar denominated bond in world history, floated on the Luxembourg Stock Exchange and listed on the London Stock Exchange and the Nasdaq Sustainable Bond Platform. Still on COVID-19, Ethiopia's Ministry of Health on Saturday launched its COVID-19 vaccination rollout, with healthcare workers being the first to be inoculated at an event held at Eka Kotebe COVID-19 hospital. The WHO representative, Dr. Borema Hame Sambo, said the arrival of the first batch of COVID-19 vaccines through COVAX provides an effective tool to end the acute phase of the pandemic and also to maximize the public health benefit of the vaccine. The National Vaccine Deployment Plan has prioritized the first doses for health and essential workers and other at-risk groups. The first shipment of 2.2 million AstraZeneca vaccines produced by Serum Institute of India arrived in Ethiopia on 6 March 2021 through COVAX, which facilitated the procurement and shipment of the vaccine. Kenya will not take part in Monday's hearings over its maritime border dispute with Somalia at the International Court of Justice. Kenya accuses the ICJ of bias in the case, which concerns a 62,000 square miles triangle in the Indian Ocean. The area is thought to be rich in oil and gas. The dispute is at the heart of a diplomatic row between the neighbors. Somalia brought the case in 2014, saying the maritime frontier should follow on in the same direction as the land border, while Kenya argues that it has always been taken in a horizontal line from the point where the two countries meet in the coast. And now talking business, Director General World Trade Organization Dr. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala yesterday arrived in Nigeria on a 4-day official visit aimed at enhancing trade and improving the Nigerian economy. Dr. Okonjo-Iweala, who assumed duty on March 1, 2021 as the new Director General of the WTO, is also in Nigeria to express appreciation to President Muhammadu Buhari and hold discussions on how to grow economic activities. She expressed optimism on Nigeria's share of trade in Africa, and Nigeria could use the African Continental Free and Trade Area to boost trade and investment. And talking food security, according to reports, there has been a scarcity of foreign rice weeks after the reopening of borders by the federal government. The report shows that many traders in some markets in Abuja on Saturday were out of stock of foreign rice in their shops and warehouses. Haji Ramatu Mohammed, a rice seller in Utako Market in Abuja, said, in view of the scarcity, the price of foreign rice had increased in the market. Mohammed also stated that the scarcity started in the last 2 weeks. Haji Ramatu also stated in January and February, they have the foreign rice available all over the place in this market. That time they were buying 25,000 naira and selling at 26,000 naira, but in the last 2 weeks it has gone up to 27,000 naira and 28,000 naira, and it's still not available. Africa's leader in sustainability, Access Bank PLC, was presented with the certificate for achieving the highest level of sustainability certification under the Sustainable Standards and Certification Initiative Program at the World Development Finance Forum in Karsung, Germany. This act makes Access Bank the first commercial bank in Africa to achieve this certification and is a major step towards realizing its vision to become the world's most respected African bank. Herbert Wigwe, Group Managing Director of Access Bank PLC, commented on the certification saying Access Bank's approach to sustainability is driven by our desire to impact lives positively now and in the future. We are committed to ensuring community health and prosperity whilst creating equitable green economies across Africa. Omobolanle Victory Lion, the head sustainability at Access Bank, confirmed that in line with the bank's mission, Access Bank will continue to strengthen its commitment towards supporting vibrant communities and influencing positive market transformation in the areas where it operates. A Rise Play streaming service said it is currently raising $100 million in seed funding to push its Africa-focused entertainment content across the world. It would be the first time a Nigerian-based platform would raise such an amount at an early stage and could potentially position the platform as a major contender in a market that is attracting international competitors like Spotify and Netflix. Arise Play is a subsidiary of the Arise Media Group that includes brands such as This Day and Arise TV, said it signed an exclusive agreement with Sony Pictures, Film One, and other independent producers to ensure subscribers get the best content from both sides of the Atlantic. The company's streaming service will feature exclusives, including an access pass to all the behind-the-scene actions and interviews in the run-up to the release of Beat. On the global scene, U.S. President Joe Biden's administration says it has been trying to contact the North Korean government since February, but has yet to receive a response. Washington had tried to reach Pyongyang in several different ways to prevent rising tensions. The U.S. and North Korea remains at loggerheads over the North Korea's nuclear and ballistic missile programs. Various meetings between Mr. Biden's predecessor and North Korea's Kim Jong have not achieved a lot. According to a USA official, there had been multiple attempts to engage with North Korea, but no meaningful contact for more than 12 months. And the U.S. Department of Homeland Security on Saturday ordered an emergency agency that usually responds to flood, storms and other major disasters to help care for a growing number of migrant children arriving at the U.S.-Mexico border. DHS Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas said in a report that he would deploy the Federal Emergency Management Agency to help receive, shelter and transport the children for the next 90 days. The move signals the scope of a growing humanitarian and political crisis for the administration of President Joe Biden, a Democrat who took office in January 20th. It is uncertain how FEMA will help, though the agency has expertise in housing and caring for those left homeless. The agency has set up plans to work with other agencies to provide water, food, and basic medical care. This is News 360 on TOS Television Network. Up next is Entertainment This Day. You're welcome back. Nigerian filmmaker Kunle Afolayan has signed a deal with Netflix to make 3 new films set in his home country. The first title will be an adaptation of a Nigerian-American writer Sefi Atter's 2010 novel Swallow about a naive secretary who, after a series of career woes, considers a roommate offer to work as a drug mule in mid-1980s Lagos. Afolayan described another title as a story of folklore and fantasy, and a third that deals with dementia but with an African spiritual influence. Last year, the streamer launched Netflix Naija, a platform for development, production and exhibition of Nigerian features and series from the country's industry known as Hot Nollywood. The sixth season of popular singing competition show Nigerian Idol premieres on Sunday, March 14th from 6 p.m. on DSTV channel 198 and GoTV channel 29. The much anticipated show will open with a special airing of the most entertaining moment from the auditions which took place late last year. The Nigerian Idol platform provides a launch pad for young, talented Nigerians to achieve their dreams in music on the local and global stage. Nigerian Idol Season 6 will be hosted by the much-loved media personality Ike Osaki-Oduwa with superstar singer Seishe, creative entrepreneur Obi Asika and celebrity DJ Sose as the judges. The eventual winner of this season's show will walk away with a recording contract with a leading record label and 50 million naira worth of prizes. And talking boxing now, Marvin HAGLER, the undisputed middleweight champion from 1980-1987, died on Saturday, aged 66 years. In a Facebook post, his wife, KADUNA, stated, "I am sorry to make a very sad announcement. Today, unfortunately, my beloved husband, Marvelous Marvin, passed away unexpectedly at his home here in New Hampshire. Our family requests that you respect our privacy during this difficult time." The reason behind the former boxer's death has not been revealed. HAGLER, widely known as Marvelous Marvin HAGLER, was one of the boxing greats and he held the middleweight champion title from 1980 to 1987. Our Brave Football Club beat Positive FC 2-1 on Saturday in the ongoing 2020-2021 Nationwide League 1 Division 1 at one of the two centers in Ado-Ekiti. Positive FC took the lead through John Uzoam in the 67th minute, while Ridwan Abdulatif equalized for Abre FC in the 74th minute. The winning goal was through an own goal 3 minutes later. In other games played on Saturday, Olumo FC also beat Imperial FC 2-1, while Dino Sporting Club lost 0-1 to Alpha FC, amongst others. And to tennis, the 33-year-old Djokovic, who won his 18th Grand Slam at the Australian Open last month, hitting Roger Federer's record in March 8 when he moved past the Swiss to hold the top ranking for the 311th week. Novak Djokovic is capable of extending his record for holding the men's world #1 ranking for most weeks to 400, said Russia's Daniil Medvedev, who will climb to a career-best ranking of second on Monday. The 33-year-old Djokovic, who won his 18th Grand Slam at the Australian Open last month, hitting Roger Federer's record on March 8 when he moved past the Swiss to hold the top ranking for the 311th week. And that's it in TOS News 360 on your digital first Pan-African network. For more updates, visit www.tostvnetwork.com. Do follow and like TOS TV Network on Facebook and other social media. Do stay with us and enjoy more programs on TOS TV Network. I am Merciful Ajinomo. Bye for now.
But we as a continent have now